Well, we got a great show today. Bring everybody up to date. This is all about the best police department in all of the state of Pennsylvania. And we're going to talk about crime today, and we're going to talk about statistics about crime today, which I think are very positive for this community. And that's what it's all about. And as you know, we are behind our police department, myself and council. And we will make sure that we continue to give them all that they need. And you'll hear about a lot of the things that they have in the township today to work on technology and all these other different things that up to date. And again, this is the best police department that we could ever wish for, and we have to protect everybody in this community. I'll start out with the Director Bill McVey. Bill, welcome aboard again.
Good morning,
Good to
Mayor.
have you here.
Thanks for having me.
As always, and to my left is Glenn Vandergrift. Glenn, good to have you
Mayor,
again.
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And we won't go to your family today because you already did that. Okay. Phil, why don't you get started and tell us a little bit about statistics and things that's going on with crime here in Bensalem.
Well, thanks for having me, Mayor. This is a great opportunity for us to speak about the positive impact the men and women of the Bensalem Police Department are having on community safety. We don't always put statistics out there because you don't really know what a statistic might mean, right? They're all over, everyone's putting out different pieces of data. But one piece right now is crime in Bensalem is down 13% over the last 3 years. Specifically, the last two, and robberies and burglaries in this town are down over 50%. So think of all the less victims we're having here. So we're seeing this positive trend. Retail theft, which was up 30% across the country, this year in Bensalem is down almost 20%. And most significantly, all the crimes committed here, 47% are being solved in Bensalem Township of serious crime, and retail theft, that number is up to 73% that our officers are solving.
Big.
So
that's different from all of the things that have been going around the country.
It's significant, and I think the first piece of that success is the men and women out there on patrol. They're out there doing the job despite all these obstacles that are facing them and the dangers facing them. So I know you and council and myself and our command staff applaud them, our detectives, our officers undercover. They're coming together as a team. They're doing tremendous work, and we want the community to know that.
That is a team. We're all a team. I mean, that's what makes it work here in Bensalem. You know me, I'm a team guy.
Absolutely.
Nobody gets it done by themselves. It's a team that gets it all done.
And I'll say that the job they're doing out there, crime's down across the state of Pennsylvania, but our numbers over the past 2 years are down even more. And that closure rate really shows the commitment we have that if someone commits a crime in this town, a Bensalem police officer or detective is going to solve that crime. And that message is getting out. We want that to stay out there to deter criminals from coming to our township.
You know, I don't know if you have any stats, but I know a lot of crimes in this town. We're right in the middle of Philly, Trenton, and the highways that get through here. So I don't know if there's any statistics. I'm not asking you to give any, but I know a lot of our crime comes through this town. It's not Bensalem people.
That's actually a great point, Mayor, and I'm glad you brought it up because around 20% of our crime in Bensalem is committed by someone who lives in Bensalem, juvenile or adult. Right now, last year, 52% of crimes were committed from people from Philadelphia addresses. And then the remaining are from outside jurisdictions. So many of our crimes are transient, people coming through Bensalem on the highway, staying at a motel, not from Bensalem. So we do track that so we can see the trends and try and work to strategically prevent them from coming in town.
Right.
So that is a good statistic to actually that we measure every year so we can see that.
Yeah, I know it's always that because as soon as you text me on something, I know a lot of them's not from, most of them are from Bensalem.
And I think, Mayor, that after those men and women of what they're doing, what we've done here and what we've built is what the sergeant's going to talk about is the technology platform to really help. And I think those two combined forces are really having an impact here.
Well, Sergeant, that's up to you now. We're going to talk about technology, king of technology. And you do a heck of a job. No, seriously. And
well, thank you, Mayor, very much for having me here today. I'm very excited about technology, and that's a big part of what I do here in Bensalem Township. And I want to go over a little bit about some of the technology we have, and we are a long way ahead of many other police departments in the area. And one of those significant pieces that we have is called a real-time crime center. That real-time crime center is one place where we have access to hundreds, if not over 1,000 cameras within the township. And some of the breakdown of those cameras are, we have 68 intersection cameras in Bensalem Township, throughout the township. That, as well as 50 stationary license plate readers. Along with those stationary license plate readers, every one of our 60 police cars has a front-facing camera that scans registration plates on vehicles and can tell the officer instantly if that registration plate is expired, suspended, stolen vehicle, or anything like that. We also have approximately 800 cameras in our schools, our public and parochial schools, that are all accessed through this real-time crime center. And we have 10 businesses in the township that allow us to have access to their cameras, so that if something happens at their business, we can instantly go in and live view that location before our officers get to the scene, so they have situational awareness as to what's going on.
Just to interrupt you for a second. Don't you ask homeowners too if there's a crime in the vicinity, if they have access to that?
Yes, we do. We have over 400 residents that have registered their cameras with the police department, which basically just gives us the ability to contact them quickly if we are in need of any type of video from their home cameras. We don't access their cameras
Of course
live,
not, yeah.
but we would just say, hey, there was a crime in your neighborhood last night between 1 and 2. Could you check your cameras and securely upload that video if you would like to share it?
So if other folks want to do that, they can do it by calling the police department, correct?
No, they can do it even easier than that, Mr. Mayor.
Online?
They can go online and go to connectbensalem.org. That is our dedicated website for homeowners and residents of Bensalem to register their cameras with the police
Okay,
department.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No.
I know that was something pretty important to the police.
It's a very important piece because we like also getting our residents involved because sometimes without them, we can't solve these crimes.
Yeah.
We rely on the residents a lot for these type of things, and programs like that make a big difference. As you know, we have a drone program here in Bensalem Township.
Incredible.
We have over 13 drones. We have 9 police officers and 2 firefighters that are all certified to fly drones. Our police officers have drones right in their cars, and they can instantly get out of their car and put a drone in the air if we need to use it for a missing person or a subject that's fleeing us or something like that. So it's instant access. A couple of the other important things that we do, as you know, is we have the red light cameras. We have red light cameras. It's automated. People receive citations in the mail if they don't stop for red lights. But the significant part of that is that we have reduced accidents at the 2 intersections that have those red light
And
cameras.
then the one was Knights Road. And that was, one time they said the most dangerous in the whole United States. I'll never forget when they printed that. I don't know how that came about, but anyway, and that's one of them, and that has reduced, right?
Yes.
Drastically reduced.
We're over 17% less accidents than we had before they were installed.
Okay, that's a good sign.
The other really important piece for our children is bus patrol. We have the automated stop arm and red light enforcement on buses. Listen, we still have over 5,000 people run school bus lights every year, every school year, which is way too many. But it has been reduced significantly from when we started the program. So we would like to continue that to reduce so that our children can be safer and safer as they attend the schools in the township.
You know, something you said I think we should bring out. We mentioned our fire and EMS, that is all part of this team.
Yes.
I mean, no question about it, and how you work together, even with the drones and everything. So I think that's important. Everybody knows that we do this.
I think, and that's one of the things that separates Bensalem as the Department of Public Safety. We work every single day with our firemen and our paramedics as in a united front. So even the crime reduction we're talking about, they're a part of that in various ways, all about public safety in Bensalem.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like to talk about one more thing because
Oh,
you've
keep
seen this in action. Every one of our police officers has a body camera on their chest when they have contact with a citizen, whether they're taking a complaint. This isn't just a camera anymore. This is a state-of-the-art piece of technology. And the reason why is not only does this record video, but what police officers are doing is as soon as they stop this camera from their interaction taking a report, the audio portion instantly goes up into the cloud, and they're able to have artificial intelligence write their police report for them. The artificial intelligence will write the report based on all the responses and all the interaction between the police officer and the citizen, and then the officer will go in and verify everything before he finalizes a report. This saves time. This is better. This makes it more safe for police officers instead of sitting in their cars with their heads down. And the other technology that you know about and you saw was that now
This is unbelievable.
this body camera can translate over 50 languages instantly. So the way it would work is if the officer has somebody that speaks a different language, they would press a button. It would automatically detect what language they're speaking. They can then speak into the microphone. It will speak the person's language directly back to them.
Amazing.
When the person responds in their language, it will automatically translate it and speak English to the officer, so they can literally have a back and forth conversation without a physical translator next to them. This is so beneficial to our officers because we have such a diverse community here in
Absolutely.
Bensalem that now we can communicate with people much more readily when we have contact
Yeah,
with them.
it's amazing. I've watched it work.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and like that. I mean, it's so quick. It isn't like you can get it instantly.
It is
So
instant.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all this
Incredible.
It is incredible, Bill. Maybe you want to go on a little more about what we're
Sure.
collectively doing and how you're getting this done.
So as I talked about, what we're seeing is extremely positive, right? But I don't want people to think there's no crime out there,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that body camera really paid dividends for us this year. We had 2 critical incidents where our officers had to use fatal force this year, officer-involved shootings, where that body camera captured the critical incidents with the suspects pulling guns on officers. So for evidence-wise and for the community to know just what we're transparent, what they faced, what made them make those decisions, it's invaluable to us. So it serves that purpose mainly, but now it's doing all these other things that it helps us. But I also want to touch on, like those officer-involved shootings, there's still that lawlessness out there that we're seeing on a daily basis. And we post a lot of this info. Our officers are doing an incredible job taking illegal guns off the street. Many of them possessed by convicted felons who are not allowed to have a gun, who most should still be in prison but are released. And they're out there and our officers are making a legal traffic stop, and through their skills and techniques, they're taking these guns off the street that'll never hurt anyone else. So we're very proud of that. And then the other piece is what we've seen this really disturbing trend is people who flee and elude from the officers. You activate your lights, the law-abiding citizen pulls over for the officer. Well, we've seen a drastic increase, 180%. It's going up of people taking off from us. So in 2019, we had 5 people do that to us. Last year, 94. And we can't chase them all because of the dangers it poses, but to me, that's a signal that there's a certain group of individuals that don't obey the law, and that's the real danger that our officers face. But despite all of that, we're bringing our team together, we're doing a fantastic job, and we're keeping our residents safer. But I like them to know what the officers face every day. That's why we bring those pieces up.
As you know, you text me everything immediately when it happens, and my heart's always out there. I'm always afraid, what could happen, and you pray that those things don't happen. And thank God, with the technology, with the training, with all these things that you're doing at the department, this is what makes it the safe community we have. And for our officers, these men and women had to have the tools. You gotta have the tools.
And Mayor, if I may, we talked about the people, the technology platform. The last piece that people always ask, why is Bensalem so successful? And I have no problem saying it. It's the support that we receive from our elected officials, starting with you as the mayor, your council, and then the third part is our community. We have such tremendous support here that our officers, even our firemen and EMS, they can go out and do their job with confidence, knowing they're backed up with political support and community support, and a lot of places don't have that. So that's the third piece of why I think we're so successful and why we're going to continue on this path in the future.
Yeah, it's the main thing. It's safety and welfare. Come on, it starts there. and ends there. You have to have that, or else I'll give you an opportunity to have last say.
Well, I think that all of these pieces together really make us the best police department in the area. And your support, I want to thank you for the opportunity to work here. Council's support for the type of technology we do have. This is why our crimes are being solved so readily here in Bensalem, because of this technology. And I want to thank you for that. And I just think that we're going to move forward and be able to gain more and more momentum and reducing crime and arresting more people for crimes when they do occur, and keeping this community safer because of you and council's dedication
Well,
to the police
I
department.
think one of the things we have a great DA, Jen Schorn, and these criminals are being prosecuted and they're not just being let free. So I think that's a big thing, and I thank Jen Schorn for that, our DA. So it's very, very important once you catch these criminals that something's done and they're not just let out on the street.
I'm very glad you brought her up, Mayor, and you're right, because there's some communities that don't have the support of their DA. And I can't imagine when officers have to do the types of jobs they do, not having someone in that position as the head law enforcement officer, support them.
Yeah.
So Jen's a great prosecutor, a great leader, great friend of Bensalem, so we really appreciate our relationship with her.
Yeah, so that's the team. That's what we talk about, the team, and everybody collectively working together, for goodness sakes. And that's what we have. And I'm so proud to be part of this community. You know, I was born here, my whole life's been here. And it's just a tremendous what you guys do and gals at that department. You're above and beyond. And I really,
Thank you, Mayor.
really appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank
Now it's, you can lead, but a lot of places nobody follows. But here, we're all together. And,
Absolutely.
that's important.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Director, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
The
I
Vandergrift
appreciate it.
family, I'll
Yes,
never
sir.
forget, we all know the Vandergrift family, right? Forever,
sir.
long
Thank you.
time, very long time residents of Bensalem Township. Till next time, everybody, God bless.